Guys, now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible, guys? Now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Guys, all of you please respond to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Right. Mm. Right, sir. Now, in prerequisite part, what topics here we completed up to now? Total content, if we understand there in the prerequisite part, I given a list of topics there in the prerequisite. Anyway, these topics already we understood part of the core Java, so no need to have discussion on these concepts. Classes, abstract classes, interfaces. Next one is a static keyword, static variable, static method, static blocks, class dot for name methods, and an instance methods. All these are like what they're already we understood these concepts. No need to have any discussion over this content. So next one is exception handling. Right, sir. Now, inside this exception handling, we understood throws keyword, try catch finally, and try with the resources. After that, now here we need to understand IO streams. IO streams related topics here we have to understand. Then where we need to understand dynamic input approaches, buffer data scanner, file input stream, file output stream, and collection framework related content. That's finished. Directly we can start what their JDBC topic. Okay. All right, sir. So now try to understand some introduction part for IO streams. Observe carefully. There are given like what there introduction part for streams. First of all, I've given what is a stream. Stream definition here I've given. Right, sir. Now tell me what is a stream actually? Stream is a medium or channel. It allows the data in continuous flow from input devices to the Java applications and from Java applications to the output devices. Stream is a medium or channel. It allows the data in continuous flow. Data is always in continuous flow from input devices to the Java program and from Java application to the output devices. Okay, fine. Understand it clearly. There are two types of streams. What are the two types of streams? No. First one is byte oriented streams, and the second one is what there? Character oriented streams. First one is what there? Byte oriented streams, and second one is what there? Character oriented streams. Now again, we have to understand both. What is byte oriented stream and what is character oriented stream? Alright, sir. If we understand these byte oriented streams, these streams are able to allow the data. These streams are able to allow the data in the form of bytes. These streams are able to allow the data in the form of what? Their bytes. Okay. All right, sir. Now there are two types of byte oriented streams. What are the two types of byte oriented streams? No, first one is input to stream, and the second one is what? Output to stream. First one is what? Their input to stream, and the second one is what? Their output to stream. There are two types of byte oriented streams. First one is what? Their input to stream. Second one is what? Their output to stream. Got it? All right, sir. Now understand it clearly. So what is input to stream? It is able to allow the data in the form of bytes. It is able to allow the data in the form of bytes continuously in a continuous flow from input devices to the Java application. That's it. Not from Java application to output devices. Input to stream in the sense inwards towards Java program. Input devices to Java program. That is what their input operation. Right. So that's the meaning of like what their input to stream. It is able to allow the data in the form of bytes in a continuous flow from input devices to the Java application. Leave it. After this, after completion of this punch here, examples for input to streams. Number of predefined examples are available. And before that, all of you understand it clearly. Before this, Java has provided all the streams in the form of predefined classes in a java.io package. All streams are provided in the form of predefined classes in which package? No, java.io package. Correct. Examples for input to streams. If we come for this point, first one is byte array input to stream. Byte array input to stream. File input to stream. Buffered input to stream. Buffered input to stream. Data input to stream. Data input to stream. Object input to stream, and so on. So many. Number of stream classes are available. But remember, all these classes are ended with the word stream. All these classes are ended with the word what there? Stream. Stream is a what? Understand it. After this, after completion of this, what next one here we are providing their output to stream. What is this output to stream? Almost all the similar content only, but understand it clearly. It is able to allow the data in the form of bytes in continuous flow from Java applications to the output devices. It is able to allow the data in the form of bytes in continuous flow from Java applications to the output devices. Alright, so now here, byte array output to stream. File output to stream. Buffered output to stream. Data output to stream. Object output to stream. That's it. Almost all same names are very same, but input stream and output stream. The changes are available. Right. So now these two are like what they're byte oriented streams. Right, sir. Now overall, how many types of streams are available? Two types. What are the two types of streams now? Byte oriented streams, character oriented streams. Byte oriented streams are able to allow the data in the form of what they're bytes. How many types of byte oriented streams are available? Two types. What are the two types of these byte oriented streams? Input to stream, output to stream. Input stream is able to allow the data in the form of bytes in continuous flow from input devices to the Java applications. Byte array input stream, file input stream, buffered input stream, data input stream, object input stream, output stream. It's able to allow the data in the form of bytes and continuous flow from Java applications to the output devices. Byte array output stream, file output stream, buffered output stream, data output stream, object output stream. Fine. Next one is what? After this, after completion of these, character oriented streams. Alright, sir. Character oriented streams. These streams are able to allow the data in the form of characters, directly in the form of ASCII values, in the form of characters in the sense what they're ASCII values. Okay, fine. There are two types of Character oriented streams. Character oriented streams. What are the two types of character oriented streams? The very first one. Right, sir. Now the very first one is like what there? Writer, and the second one is what there? Reader. Writer and reader. What is this writer? Right, sir. Now, or else maybe in the order if you want to take note, this is like what the reader we can take first one, and the next one is what there? Writer we can take it now. It is able to, okay, first one I want to take it as what there? Reader. It is able to read data. It's able to read data, or maybe it is able to carry data in the form of characters in a continuous flow from input devices to Java applications. It is able to carry data in the form of characters in continuous flow from input devices to Java applications. That's one point. All right, sir. Then what are the various examples for this input devices to Java application? What are the various examples? No. Say for example, char array reader, file reader, okay, buffered reader, after this input stream reader, like this. So many classes are available. All these are like what they're predefined classes only. Similarly, after this, what is the meaning of writer? Writer. In place of this reader, we can use what there? Writer. All right, sir. It's able to carry the data in the form of characters in continuous flow from Java applications to the output devices. Java application to the output devices in the form of characters in a continuous flow. Right, sir. Understand it clearly. Now, what are the various things now? Char array writer, file writer, buffered writer, now get print writer, and so on. So many classes are available. All these are predefined classes. No need to understand each and every predefined class. It is not required for us, but they are predefined. Internally they are available. When the time is available for us, when the time is coming to us to understand them, there we are going to understand. No separate discussion over all the predefined streams. Not required. Moreover, we are not going to use them explicitly. Right. Observe carefully. Next one. Reader, writer, both are provided. After this, after completion of this, now my point is what there? Dynamic input approaches here I need to discuss. Up to this is what there? Introduction for stream. What is a stream and how many types of streams are available? That part I covered. After this, after completion of this, in Java, listen carefully. In Java applications, there are three ways to take, or there are three ways to provide dynamic input to the Java applications. Tell me, sir, in how many ways we are able to provide dynamic input? There are three ways to provide dynamic input. What are the three ways now? First one is what there? Buffer reader. And the second one is what there? Scanner. And the third one is what there? Console. Okay. But the point is what? Console is not supported by the IDEs. Eclipse, IntelliJ, IDEA. Once IDEs are not supported, how we are going to use them? Advantages are very good. But IDEs are not supported. So we are not going to use them then. Understand it now. So because of that reason, max in our applications also we are going to use what there buffer reader, and the next one is what there scanner, buffer reader and scanner. These two things here we are going to use. Got it? What I'm telling you now. Right, sir. Now let us move on to the buffer reader approach. Right, sir. If you want to take dynamic input by using buffer reader, there we are going to use a statement, one standard statement here we are going to use. Right from core Java starting class onwards, we are seeing that statement. I'll give that. If you want to take dynamic input, by using buffer reader in a Java applications, then we have to use the following statement. Right, so then what statement here we have to use there? Buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader of new input stream reader of, there we are going to provide system.in. Right, now the standard statement that we have to remember in our advanced Java classes, frequently I'm going to use this buffer reader try with resources. This combination I'm going to use frequently. Buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader system.in. Got it? What I'm telling to you. All right. Listen, all of you listen carefully. What is the each and every part of the statement? What is the purpose of each and every part inside the statement? All right. Where in, I'm putting concentration on the system.in. Where in is a static variable defined in a java.lang.system class. Where in is a static variable defined in which class? No, java.lang.system class. It is able to refer a predefined input stream object which is connected with the command prompt. Come again, what is the point I said to you? Where n is a static variable defined in java.lang.system class, it is able to refer to a predefined input stream object. It is able to refer a predefined input stream object, or it refers a predefined input stream object which is connected with the command prompt. If you provide data in command prompt as a dynamic input, then the data will come to the input stream object. The data will come to the input stream object in the form of bytes, that is binary. Now let me show a diagrammatic representation. Understand it clearly. Observe carefully. For example, this is command prompt. This is Java application. Okay, command prompt, and what next one here? Java application. So what is the statement here we are going to use? And to right, to take the dynamic input, no, buffered reader br is equal to new buffered reader of new input stream reader of system.in. Buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader system.in. So now we are talking about what there is system.in. In is a static reference variable inside the system class which refers input stream object. This is input stream object. This is input stream object which is referred by system.in. Okay. For example, if we type data like what hello on command prompt, when we type data hello as a dynamic input, automatically the data will come to system.in. Directly the data will come to what there system.in, where what data is available in the form of zeros and ones. You know already the point byte oriented stream. Input stream is a byte oriented stream which allows the data in the form of bytes, means that binary representation, zeros and ones only. Got you. I can read the data from input stream, but what data I'm able to read? No, bytes data only. But I require the data in the form of characters. Characters data is my understandable language. Characters representation is what there understandable representation. Bytes representation is not understandable representation. Even if I read that bytes data, what I will do with that without understanding that? Get my point or not? So because of that reason, I need to convert the data from bytes representation to character representation. I have to convert the data from bytes representation to character representation. Exactly. To convert the data from bytes representation to character representation, there we are having input stream reader. There we are able to have what there? Input stream reader. Now here we are going to get like what there? Input stream reader. This is input stream reader. Now, what is the job of this input stream reader? Converts the data from what to what? Converts the data from bytes representation to character representation. There we can understand clearly. Now the data is available like what there? To characters. Okay. Like this. So there what happened here? The data is converted. The data is taken from input stream as a binary or bytes data that is converted to what their individual characters. Got it? What I'm telling you now. After this, after completion of this, I can read data from input stream reader. I can read the data from input stream reader, but what we are able to read, individual characters only I have to read. What I have to read? No, individual characters only. Now tell me, if you want to read that hello data, how many times we have to perform read operation? Come on, how many times we have to perform read operations? 5 times here we have to perform read operation. But performing 5 times read operation, performance is going to be down. Execution time will be increased, performance of the program will be reduced. Why? Because here the data is in individual characters. When the data is in individual characters, we are unable to read the total data at a time now. Individual characters only we have to read. But reading individual characters in the sense, it may take a lot of time. So to overcome this problem, we need to use another stream. Then what is that another thing here we have to use there? That is what there buffered reader. There we have to use what there buffered reader. See, observe carefully. Here we are using like what there buffered reader. Inside this buffered header, what is going on here? Inside the buffered header, there we are having like what are their buffers. Buffers are available. The memory blocks, small memory blocks. The total data, whatever the data here we are having inside this input stream reader, the total data we are going to take into what are their buffers. The total data here we are going to take in the form of like what there a string. Data will be provided in the form of like what their string. All the individual characters are combined, then it is able to provide in the form of like what their string. Now whenever the data is available as a string, directly we can read the data from the buffered reader. Directly we can read the data from what their buffered reader. Alright, how we are going to read the data from buffered reader to Java program. Hello data, here I am able to read from buffered reader to Java program. Right, sir. Now what we are going to provide there as a read line method here we are able to provide, or maybe we can use what method? No, read method. Either read line method or read method that we are able to get. That's it. Finally here we are able to read our data from command prompt. If we enter the hello data on command prompt, first the data will come to what their input stream. Later on the data will come to what their input stream reader, where the data will be converted from bytes representation to character representation. Later on we are going to gather all the characters as a string. The total string data we are going to get into what their Java application. Finally we are able to get the data in the form of like what their string data. That's it. This is a representation that we have to understand. Okay, fine. Now let me provide some details here. What details here we have to provide from this? If we provide data in command prompt as a dynamic input, then the data will come to the input stream object in the form of bytes. Next one is where the main purpose of input stream reader is to convert the data from bytes representation to the character representation. Where the purpose of the input stream reader, the name itself is giving clarity. Input stream reader, stream bytes, reader is character. Stream is what their bytes, reader is what their character. Bytes to character conversion. Where the main purpose of input stream reader is to convert the data from bytes representation to character representation. It's okay. Then what is the requirement of this buffer reader? No. Observe carefully. In the above context, we are able to read data from the input stream reader. We are able to read data from the input stream reader, but it allows us to read individual characters only. But it allows to read individual characters only. It may take more read operations. It will reduce application performance. It will reduce application performance. All right, so then what we have to do there in this particular context now? In the above context, to improve application performance, we have to use buffered reader. We have to use what there? Buffered reader. It will manage the complete data in buffers in the form of string data. We can read the complete data. We can read the complete data in the form of string data at a time. A line of data here we are able to get at a time. Right, sir. All of you understand this point clearly? So this is like what there, the intention of like what there buffer data. Okay, up to this is okay, fine. But here my point is what there. Here my point is what there. How is it possible to read data from buffer data? Two methods are available. What are the two methods? No, read line method and read method. Okay, fine. Now understand it now. In buffer reader, from buffer reader, to read data, we will use the following two methods. What two methods here we are going to use there? The first one is public string read line method, and the second method is what there? Public int read method. Public string read line method, public int read method. Now this is one of the important interview question. Observe carefully. What is the difference between a read line method? What is the difference between read line method and a read method? What is the difference between read line method and a read method? See this? Answer is very simple. Read line method, it will read a line of data as a string. It will read a line of data, complete line of data as a string. A read method, it will read method is what there? It will read a character in the form of its ASCII value. It will read a character in the form of its ASCII value. It will read a character in the form of like what there? It's a ASCII value. That's it. Now that is the purpose of like what there? Method here. What method here? It is no read method. Right. So read line method is able to read the total line of data as a string. But read method is able to read a single character in the form of its ASCII value. Right. Now I'll show in the form of program here. Now observe carefully. Right. Now let me show this example. I want to create a separate project, new file, new project. Right. So now I want to create, sorry, Java project. I have to select. Now IntelliJ IDEA, this window. Right. So for the sake of our program safety purpose, we are going to use throws exception. I am telling them. Later on, I will show with the try catch finally. After that, I will show maybe same application or some other application with the try with resources. Both we are going to see now. Right. First of all, here I have to take like what the buffer reader. BR is equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader, system.in. Clear. After this, after completion of this content, system.out println of enter the data. Print method. I'm not going to use println, print method. What is this print method, sir? Now tell me. Print method, println method. What is the difference between these two? Print method will display the data and keeps the cursor in the same line. Println method will display the data and keeps the cursor in what line? Next line. Okay. System.out print of enter the data. Okay. Now string data is equal to br.readline method. Now I'm using readline method now. Next one. System.out print of enter the same data again. Enter the same data again. But this time what I'm going to do there, int val is equal to br.read method. Int val is equal to what we are providing there, br.read method. All right, after that I'm going to display both the data. System.out.println of readline method data plus now data here I'm going to display. System.out.println of read method data val we are able to get, but I know that it's an ASCII value. Related corresponding character also I'm going to display. To display the corresponding character, plus typecasting, if we do know, automatically here we are able to get what the related character, corresponding character here we are getting. Right, so if I run this program, there we are able to get first it is asking to me enter the data. Durga software solutions I entered. Durga software solutions. If we click on enter button, now what it is asking there, enter the same data again. Durga software solutions. There we are getting like what there read line. What data we are getting? Read line method retrieve data is what there? The total line Durga software solutions. Read method what it is providing there? 68. 68 is what there? D capital D. That means single character. Single character only that read method is able to take. Read method is able to read only single character in the form of its ASCII val. If we convert into character, there we are able to get what there? Capital D. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? So this is exactly the point here we have to understand. Now this one simple difference between read method and read line method. Observe carefully. Example code here are given. Output also here I'm going to provide. Now understand it. Right. After completion of this content, I have one small requirement. Now try to understand that requirement. Everybody. Another example. My requirement is by using buffered reader, I want to take two integer values as a dynamic input and I want to perform addition operation over the two integer values. That is my requirement. I want to take two integer values as a dynamic input. I want to perform addition operation over them. Then I want to display the required result. Okay, right. Now observe carefully. Because of that reason, I have taken what there? Buffered reader. What I have taken here? Buffered reader. Nice. System.out.print first value. I have to take that first value. String fval is equal to string fval is equal to br.readline method. System.out.print of second value. Now again I'm going to take string sval is equal to br.readline method. So my point is what there? 10 and 20 I want to add there. I want to provide 10 and 20 I want to take in the form of fval and sval. I want to perform arithmetic addition. Arithmetic addition is what there? Add colon. Okay, add colon plus fval plus sval. My requirement is what? 10 and 20 first and second values I want to provide. I want to display 10 plus 20 means that 30. 30 is an output I want to get. Check for it. Now it is asking first value 10. Now it is asking second value 20. First value is 10, second value is what there? 20. Enter button. I'm expecting the value 30, but what I got now? 10, 20 I'm getting. What happened actually? Instead of performing arithmetic addition, it has performed string concatenation. Instead of performing arithmetic addition, it has performed what there? String concatenation. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Right, sir. But my requirement is, what is the reason here? Now tell me. Now tell me, plus operator here we provided between what operands, between which variables, between what variables? String variables. In between two string variables, we provided what? Plus operator. Now it is performing what? String concatenation instead of what there? Arithmetic addition. But if you want to perform arithmetic addition, what variables we require? Integer variables we require. But the data is available in the form of what? String. But I require the data in the form of what? Integer. Now here I want to change the title here. Now it is not like what there add. This is what there concatenation results. Concatenation results that we are getting there. Concatenation. Okay. Concatenation result here we are getting. Right, sir. It's okay. But if we want to perform arithmetic addition, we have to convert the data from string type to primitive type. We have to convert the data from what type to what type? No, string type to primitive type. If you want to convert the data from string type to primitive types, there we have to use parse xxx method from all the wrapper classes. What methods there? Parse xxx methods from all the wrapper classes. Wrapper classes are available in Java. For each and every primitive data type, a separate wrapper class is available. Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and so on. All these are what there? Wrapper classes. Inside the wrapper classes, parse int method, parse string, parse float method, parse long method, parse double method, parse xxx method is available. By using the parse xxx methods, we are able to read the data in the form of like what their required primitive data types. Now let me convert that fl string type to integer. No, int val1 is equal to integer dot parse int of fval. Int val1 is equal to integer dot parse int of fval. Integer is what their wrapper class. Inside this wrapper class, the method name is what their parse int, where the parameter is what their fval. Fval is of what type? No, string type. That string type to integer type it is converting. That integer parse int method is converting the data from string type to integer type. No, right, sir. This is okay. Int val2 is equal to integer dot parse int of sval. Int val2 is equal to integer dot parse int of sval. Now tell me, here both the values we converted to integers or not? Then after that, here we are going to perform system.out.println of addition, arithmetic addition result is like what I'm telling to you here. We are able to provide like what there val1 plus val2. Now we are able to perform what there arithmetic addition. Not only that, now here we are able to provide system.out.println of, say for example, subtraction. Here we are able to provide, there we are able to provide val1 minus val2. Next one is what there multiplication also here we can provide. If you want to perform this arithmetic operations, no, definitely we require the values in the form of primitives, in the form of numbers, in the form of integers. So where we have to convert the data from string type to integer type. To convert the data from string type to integer type, there we have to use wrapper classes provided parse xxx method, parse int, parse float, parse long, and so on. Methods are available. Now let me check this one. First value 10 10, second value is what there 5. Enter button. Concatenation, what we are getting now 105. This is not 105, this is what there 105 only, string value. Right, sir. Addition operation is what there 15, subtraction is what there 5, multiplication is what there 50. Okay, so these are all the content here what we are getting about like what there about the program. That means how we are going to read more than, that means how we are going to read that primitive data inside the applications by using buffer data. How is it possible to read that primitive data? That point here we understand. Right, sir. All of you observe carefully. Output also here I'm giving there. But before that, I want to give some points here. Observe carefully. By using buffered header. If you want to take primitive data as a dynamic input by using buffered header, if you want to take primitive data as a dynamic input, then we have to use the following two steps. What are the two steps here we are going to use? Now step number one. All right, so read primitive data as a string by using readline method. Second one is what there, convert the data from string type to string type to primitive data type by using parse xxx method from wrapper classes. All right, sir. Now that methods information I'm providing to you. Now observe carefully. Int val1 is equal to integer dot parse int of 10. This is what value? String value. Double quotation I provided or not? String data. Next one is after that float f is equal to, or maybe just I want to take like what there val2, for example, float dot parse float of 22.22f, like this here we can provide. Get my point or not? Next one is double val3 is equal to double dot parse double of, like this value here we can provide. That means if the value, numeric value is available in string, that value if you want to convert from string type to primitive data type, if you want to convert it, there we have to use what methods now? Parse xxx methods which are available in like what are their wrapper classes. In all wrapper classes, this parse xxx method is available. That is the reason why here we have to use these methods. Right, so the related example already given there, we can understand that example clearly. Right. Now this is the best example for it. Initially values are generated in the form of string, but we are unable to perform arithmetic operations. To perform arithmetic operations, first we have to convert them into numeric values, integer values. After that we are performing what their arithmetic operations. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? All right, sir. But what about my use case where how I'm going to use this buffer data in my JDBC programs? Right, sir. Now, so people are asking one question there. Does readline method reads only string? Exactly. It's able to read the data in the form of string. It's able to read the data in the form of what their string. A line of string data here we are able to get. Okay, leave it. Now, how I'm going to use this buffer data in my JDBC applications? Simple example. My requirement is what? Employee table is available in the database. I want to prepare a program, Java program. The Java program has to take employee record data as a dynamic input. The Java program has to store that employee record data into the database table. Is it? All of you get my point now? Table is available in the database. What's the table name? EMP1. In the table name, EMP1. In the table EMP1, 4 columns are available. Employee number, number type. Oracle database, if we take no employee number, number type. E name, that means employee name, varchar2. E cell, float type. E editor, again varchar2 type. They are the data types. ENO, number type. E name, varchar2. E cell, float type. E editor, again what type? No, varchar2. Yes, sir. In the number type column, what value we have to provide? Integer value we have to provide. In varchar2 type column, what value we have to provide? String value we have to provide. In the float type column, what value we have to provide? Float value. In varchar2 again, what value we have to provide? String type. So now I'll prepare a JDBC program, Java program. First, I need to take record data as a dynamic input from the user. I'll ask that user enter employee number. Enter employee number. I need to get that employee number in the form of an integer. Why? Because integer value have to be submitted to my database table. So integer value here I have to take. How we are going to take that integer value? How is it possible to take that integer value as a dynamic input? By using buffer header. If I use read line method, that 111 data is entered. The data, whatever the data we entered as 111, the data will be provided. The data will be taken by read line method in the form of string only. The read line method is able to take the data in the form of what there? String only. That 111 is available in the form of string only. But the string data I have to convert into what? The string data I have to convert into what? Integer. If you want to convert the string data into integer, what method here I have to use? ParseInt method. Integer dot parseInt method that we have to use. Integer dot parseInt method that we have to use. Got it or not? Right. So now let me prepare that example. Similarly, we are going to use that example, total example. All of you understand it? Actually, what is going on in C and C++, the dynamic input we are going to take in very first program. In general, printf, enter value, scanf, get the value. But in Java, it's not like that. In Java, almost all, after completion of 70% of the Java only, we are going to put concentration on dynamic inputs. But anyway, fortunately, we require this dynamic input approaches before JDBC program. We require that content. Okay, fine. Now see this. Now all of you observe carefully. Buffer header br is equal to new buffer header, new input stream reader system.in. Now system.out.print of. Now get what I am telling there. Employee number. Employee number. Okay. Now employee number I want to get in the form of like what there? Integer. But if I use directly br.readline method, even if I enter 111 data, the data will be provided in the form of what? String eval. Later on I have to convert the string value to what there? Integer value. So then what we have to do now? Now I need to take what there? String empno is equal to br.readline. After that we have to convert that into envo is equal to integer dot parseInt of like what we have to provide there? empno. As are you understanding? Are you getting clarity on these two lines now? First we are reading that employee number in the form of string. Later on we are converting the string value to what there? Integer. Are you getting clarity on this now? But instead of using two lines now, what I am going to do there, instead of maintaining this line separately, in place of the cmpno, directly I am going to call br.readline method here like this. Now this is not required. No need to maintain this. Direct statement. This br.readline method will read the value in the form of string. The string value we converted to what there? Integer. The string value we have converted to what there? Integer. Into envo is equal to integer parseInt of br.readline method. Is that clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? It's okay. Now finally here we are getting what there? Employee number. Okay. Next one is I want to get this employee name. System.out.print of employee name. Employee name. Now I want to get that employee name in the form of what the string directly. So directly I'm going to use what there? String e name is equal to br.readline method. String e name is equal to br.readline method. Okay, fine. Next one is I want to get employee salary. System.out.print of employee salary. Now this time I want to get that employee salary in the form of float value. Now float esal is equal to, now see this one directly we are getting the instruction here. Float esal is equal to float dot parse float of br.readline method. Float dot parse float of br.readline method that we are getting. Okay, right sir. Now I want to get employee address in the form of string. System.out.print of employee address. Right sir, employee address. Now I want to get that employee address in the form of like what there? String EADDR. Right. Think about it. If it is a JDBC program, after getting this total data, I'll prepare insert SQL query with this data. I will send that insert SQL query to the database engine. Database will execute that insert SQL query. Whatever the data you entered, the data will be stored onto the database table. Then I'm able to give the status like what there employee inserted successfully. If it is JDBC program. If it's a JDBC program, after getting this dynamic input, I can prepare insert SQL query with this data. I'll send that insert SQL query to the database. I'll make the database to execute that insert SQL query. I'll get the status from the database like what there, successful status. Then I'm able to display employee inserted successfully. But now this is not JDBC program. Just this is only how we are going to take dynamic input. How we are going to take dynamic input. Up to that only here we are going to take. Right, so now let me check for this now. I want to display the data. What data here we have taken? I want to display the data. Now, first of all, I want to provide employee details. Employee details. Now, system.out.println of align space here we are able to provide. After providing this system.out.println of employee number plus ENO, system.out.println of employee name plus ename, system.out.println of employee salary plus esal, then system.out.println of employee address plus EADDR. That's it. Employee number ENO, employee name ename, employee salary esal, and employee address is what there EADDR. Finally, here we are getting the total content. Right, sir. Now I'm going to execute the program. Observe carefully. When I run this example, directly it is asking what their employee number. If I enter 111 data, first the data will be taken in the form of string. Later on, the string data is converted to integer value. Completed. Conversion is also be completed. Employee name Durga. I am going to enter. Understand it? Durga is the data I entered. Directly the data will be taken in the form of what there string data only. Employee salary. Just I am entering only 5,000. 5,000 only I entered here. The data will be converted in the form of what there. First the data will be taken in the form of string. Later on the string value will be converted to float value. 5,000.0 we are able to get. Employee address. Now I'm going to provide what there Hyderabad. All the 4 data I provided. Now if I click on enter button, now program will take the data, already taken the data. It is able to display the same data, whatever the data here we provided. Right, so now let me check this. If I execute this, there we are able to get the data. Employee details, whatever the data here we entered, employee details, employee number 111, employee name Durga, employee salary 5,000, and finally employee address. What's the value here we are getting? Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the data here we are getting. Sir, all of you understand this program now? Then dynamic input. If we take the dynamic input like this, after this onwards, we will write some JDBC code to prepare SQL query to insert the data into the database table. Like this, we are going to write the logic. But that is in JDBC. Okay, but if you want to execute the JDBC program, first we require that record data as a dynamic input or not. That is the reason why I'm discussing about this buffer data at present. Okay, right, sir. Now this part is completed. Now let me take this content here. All of you are following the concepts what I'm discussing with you. So don't neglect this concept. They are the fundamentals. If you understand these fundamentals, the JDBC content is very simple. Otherwise, you may get some confusion. Okay. Very soon, max if I complete this basics now, directly I'm going to start JDBC only. Once if I start JDBC, every day 3 to 4 applications we are going to do. The 3 to 4 applications we have to practice continuously. Okay, that don't make any pending work there. Every day's work we have to complete on that day. Okay, right, sir. So this part is completed. Overall, buffered reader topic is completed. Next, after this buffer data, the next one is what there? Scanner. Yeah, I'm asking one question to you. What is the main drawback with the buffer reader? Come on. You understood that? Already we understood. I covered that point actually, but I have not given it as a drawback. But I covered already that point. The point is to take a primitive data as a dynamic input. Two steps here we are performing. One is reading data in the form of string, later on converting the data from string type to integer type. Two steps. Two steps here we are performing. Two actions here we are performing. That is button, where performance may be down. So I want to take directly that primitive data as a primitive data directly without having like string data. Next one is converting from string to primitive data. Without having that, directly I want to get what their primitive data. Directly I want to get integer data. Directly I want to get what their float data. That's my intention. Right or not? Right. If you want to take a primitive data directly as a dynamic input, there we have to go for what their scanner. Scanner is providing that environment. When compared with buffer reader, scanner is providing that particular environment. First of all, let's understand this point clearly. Scanner is a class. Scanner is a class provided by Java, provided by Java software as java.util.scanner. Please remember this. Scanner is a class not provided by java.io package. Scanner is a class not provided by java.io package. Scanner is a class provided by java.util package. What package? No, java.util package. Observe carefully. Right, sir. Then what is its main purpose actually? It is able to provide an environment. It is able to provide an environment to read primitive data directly as the dynamic input. Right, scanner is a class provided by Java software as java.util.scanner. It is able to provide an environment to read primitive data directly as the dynamic input. That's the main intention. Then how we are going to use this scanner in our applications? The steps I am telling to you, observe carefully. First one, create a scanner class object. Create scanner class object. How we are going to create scanner class object? Scanner s is equal to new scanner of their system.in. We have to write. Again, I'm telling their system.in is what? In is a static reference variable inside the system class, which refers to input stream object that is connected with the command prompt. Okay, if you enter the data, directly the data will come to what their input stream. From that input stream, scanner class will take directly the data. If it is integer data, directly it will read in the form of integer. If it is a float data, directly it will read in the form of what their float value. Okay, fine. Scanner that we provided. The second one is what? Read dynamic input. Read dynamic input. Here we have cases. What cases are available there? 1 minute, sir. Read dynamic input. What cases here we are having there? All of you observe carefully. Number one, to read primitive data, to read primitive data as a dynamic input. To read primitive data as a dynamic input, we have to use a method. What method here we are going to use there? Observe carefully. Public xxx next xxx methods, where xxx may be byte comma, short comma, int comma, and so on. Okay. Now okay, just example here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Next int method, next float method, next long method, and so on. Like this here we are able to use it. That means s dot next int value we are able to get, s dot next float value we are able to get. Okay, right. Next one is to read string data as a dynamic input. To read string data as a dynamic input, where we are having two things. What two things are available? You know, two methods are available. First one is public string next line method. public string next method. Public string next line method, public string next method. Two methods are available. Now this is one of the important interview question. Now again, what is the difference between next line method and the next method? What is the difference between next line method and the next method? Right, sir. Answers are very simple. Now try to observe carefully. Next line method, it is able to read. It is able to read a line of data as a dynamic input. Next line method is able to read a line of data, or maybe next line method is able to read the complete line of data as a dynamic input. If I provide Durga software solutions, total Durga software solutions will be taken. Next one is next method. Observe carefully. It is able to read a single word as a dynamic input. Single word, not single character. Read method in buffer data, single character. Next method in scanner is what? The single word. For example, if I enter the dynamic input like Durga software solutions, where it will not read the complete data Durga software solutions, it will read only Durga. That's it. Only Durga it is able to read. That's the difference here. Now example also here we are able to understand. Just 2 minutes I'll finish it now. Alright, now example here we can understand. For example, first of all, let me create scanner. Scanner is equal to new scanner of system.in. First of all, system.out print of enter data. Now here we are going to get string data 1 is equal to scanner dot. I'm going to use what method here? Next line method. Okay. System.out println of enter the same data again. Okay, I'll enter the same data. Now this time string data 2 is equal to scanner dot next method. Scanner dot next method. Fine. After that, then what next one here? After this, I want to display both the data. System.out.println of next line method data. I want to display data 1. System.out.println of next method data. I want to read, that is what their data 2. That's it. Now here we completed this total part. Let me execute the program. Enter the data. Durga software solutions. Enter the same data again. Durga software solutions. Understand it now. Next line method data is what? Complete data. Next method data is what? Only Durga. Depending on your requirement, we can use either of this. If you want to read only single word, next method. If you want to read the complete data, then next line method we can use. Depending on our requirement here, we are able to use. Sir, got it or not? Right, so now this is a simple example on the basis of like what the scanner. But one more example I want to provide for this scanner, but as of now, we can understand only this example. It's sufficient here to show the difference between this next line and next method that we understood. One more standard example I'm going to prepare. By that we are able to get some clarity. Right. So this is completed. Then remaining part is one example on scanner. After that, we are going to use like further console. Examples are not required, but if you are interested, I will show one simple example. But IDs are not supported and VS Code I have to show that. Security is providing, but if you want to get awareness, we can go for it. Okay. Right, sir. It's okay. Now it is completed. Next topic is what there? Collection framework related concepts. No, sorry. File input stream, file output stream I have to complete. Then after that, collection framework related content. Then after that, we will start with what there? Advanced Java classes now. Okay. That's it. The remaining part I will discuss with you tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah. JDBC. Database already Oracle course is going on, right? But required part I will discuss with you, but not immediately. Part of the JDBC, I will show how to install Oracle database and how to write SQL. I will show that. Okay. Yeah, part of JDBC. When I'm going to start application development, there I will show that. Yeah. In పేరు అచ్చా ఓకే ఫైన్ ఫైన్ ఓ ఆఫ్లైన్కి వస్తున్నారా ఓకే ఓకే ఏది మీది ఒంగోలు నుంచి మీరేనా వచ్చి ఒంగోలు కదా మీది వైజాగ్ ఓకే ఓకే మాట్లాడు కన్సల్టెన్సీస్ ఉంటాయి బయట అట్లా కాదు జనరల్గా మీరు మీరు ఫ్రేమ్ వర్క్స్ లెవెల్కి వచ్చేసరికి ఆటోమేటిక్ ఒక గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఫామ్ అవుతారు దీనికోసం ఆటోమేటిక్గా అప్పుడు సెర్చ్ కొట్టవచ్చు ఇప్పుడు దాని గురించి పెద్ద ఆలోచించవద్దు ముందు ఈ ఫ్రేమ్ వర్క్స్ వరకు రావాలి వచ్చిన చూసుకోవచ్చు ఓకేనా ప్లాన్ చేసుకోండి బెటర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెడితే ఓకే టఫ్ అయిపోతుంది ఫ్రెషర్ అంటే కాదు కానీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టచ్చు 3 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టచ్చు ఎంత గ్యాప్ ఉంటే అంత పెట్టుకోవచ్చు మీరు ప్యారలల్ టైం ఉంటే జాయిన్ అయిపోండి యూఏ టెక్నాలజీస్కి అట్లనే ముందు అటెండెన్స్ చూడండి ఫస్ట్ డెమో క్లాసెస్ చూడండి మీకు అర్థమైంది కదా స్టాటస్ అంటే అనేది అన్ని డిఫరెంట్ అండి మీ కాలేజీలో 6 సబ్జెక్ట్ నేర్చుకున్నారు ప్యారలల్గా మీరు మరి ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి అవుతుంది మ్యాటర్ ఏం కాదు after advanced Java, can we try for jobs now? Yeah, then better than if you want to go for trials there in outside, better you should have knowledge and frameworks at least up to Spring Boot microservices. Then only we can do that. Which one is better than scanner or buffered in a sense? As of now, scanner is okay. Scanner is giving some advantages. Then, but still people are using buffered, but actually scanner is giving somewhat environment, good environment. Okay. See, then in real time, nobody is using these dynamic inputs, sir. First of all, point number one. In real time, everybody they are going to take the data through UI part, like HTML pages or maybe like what their JSP pages. Their forms are available, user forms. From that user forms only, people are going to take the data, input data, not like a dynamic input. But in a standalone applications point of view only, we are going to take the dynamic input. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, parallelly frameworks in the sense, no. Then at least we need to understand the content if I start it, no. Or at and the right time I will start the content. At least we need to be in the middle of the servlets. If you're in the middle of the servlet, then only I will start that frameworks max. Okay. Yeah, parallel to advanced Java class only, but not immediately. It will take some time. Your understanding is also important. Okay. Right, sir. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Then I'll meet on tomorrow. How much advance will take it now? 3 months of time, sir. 3 months of time. Why? Because we have to cover very good content. Yeah, more content I have to cover. So 3 months of time it will take. Sure. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll meet on tomorrow. Which concepts of Oracle is required? Basics are sufficient, sir. Anyway, then I'll discuss about the required concepts also. No need to worry about it. The required concepts I will discuss with you. How much content I required for JDBC from Oracle, I'll discuss with you. Don't worry for it. Okay, fine. Thank you.